Hello, my name is Jordan Sutherland, and today I am being joined by R.J. Walters and Drew Lindsay as we will be talking about our analyzation of Case Study 3, Social Salary Setting at Spiber. Now I'm going to be explaining some of the case background. Both Sakiyama and Sugihara went to Keio University where they were studying advanced biosciences when they decided they wanted to make a difference in the world using their field of study. That's when both Sakiyama and Sugihara founded Spiber Technologies, a private research-based biotech company founded in 2008. Spiber's main focus is to create a renewable and eco-friendly silk created from proteins found in spider's silk. The silk material would be versatile, customizable, and environmentally friendly. The silk would also be extremely strong and flexible. This would allow it to be used in many things such as clothing and accessories or even cars and airplanes. Spiber wanted to make sure they had the best scientists working on this material and wanted their employees to be extremely motivated. This caused them to create the Set Your Own Salary system. This system allowed employees to describe their duties and abilities to have a chance to promote themselves before an executive team assessed them and gave them their salaries. Eventually, some frustration arose as employees explained how they didn't understand how it worked and there seemed to be a lack of transparency. Spiber's solution was a social salary setting system that allowed employees to not only rate themselves, but also rate fellow employees' salaries. Employees would be able to set their own salary with the company accepting their conditions no matter what. Many employees liked the idea and felt that it meant the company appreciated them and saw them as humans. On the other hand, other employees were still upset, claiming that they were stressed and unsure how to evaluate themselves fairly.
For this case study, we have found the centrally identified issue to be how to optimize the fairness of the social salary system. While we do believe the social salary has great potential, there are some obvious problems that need to be sorted out in order to make the most of the system. Problems that were found through research of the company in an internal survey conducted had 61.3% of respondents indicate that they felt there were members of Spiber who were not appropriately evaluating their own salaries. And according to one employee, there is a gap that has appeared between the amount that people have declared and the results that they are producing. There are people who others think are not producing many results but decide on a high salary. And there are people who produce a lot of results but declare a salary that other people think is too low for them. This causes frustration. Additionally, there is an issue with cultural differences and the cultural mentality of the Japanese in the social salary system. Their culture may have others try and show a more humble appearance in public. Thus, when others can see their salary, they may lean towards taking less money to show others they are dedicated to the company. This is a problem because they are not being compensated properly in these cases and may even be less compensated than the market rate for their work in Japan. This is in contrast to some foreign workers who have shown to not have this same level of issue. If the system is unfair, it will not allow the company to attract the best talent to the company. To fix these sort of issues, we will have to critically assess what is wrong and how to change the system itself. Solutions will have to do their best to make the system the most fair for everyone involved, but we still have hope that the system is good for the workers at this company. Our solution is to create a compensation auditing team to solve the issue of how to optimize the fairness of the social salary system. This would be a very small team of 3 or so members at the current company size who do nothing but research, interview, and audit the salaries of every employee each year. This solution was created due to the following interview of Kunio Ozawa. In the old system, the discussions about salary had some meaning because they were tied to a formal performance review. In the conversations about reason documents today, the feedback part is missing. We only focus our discussions on salary. People are feeling uncomfortable or stressed about the salary setting process, and so they do not want to discuss performance at the same time. People also really do not understand how others are performing given the diversity in roles and tasks at the company. This team will be able to solve this problem by acting as the review and performance board for the entire company. Their job will be to ensure everyone is compensated in a fair way that reflects the value they bring to the organization. They can do this using current market rates, review performance using HR analytics, interviewing managers and peers throughout the year, and other useful ways. This also solves the issue that even if someone's salary is disputed, the company doesn't currently have a formal review process by which to lower it down. So if someone takes too high of a salary for themselves, they won't have a way to dispute it so that it becomes changed. This team will be able to solve that issue. And for example, if there are too many disputes on someone's salary, they can do a specific performance review to see if the disputes have any warrant. And they will always adopt a innocent until proven guilty mentality for all disputes such as these. We believe this team will be able to handle any issues regarding the fairness of the system, and through their continuous evaluation and development will create an optimal salary system that is fair for all employees.
For our second solution, we think that Spiber should provide compensation handbooks and the ability to talk to compensation experts. Spiber employs some of the most brilliant minds on the planet. Many of them are some of the greatest scientists and engineers from around the world looking to create something that has never been done before. Spiber wants to make sure these employees are fairly compensated and feel appreciated. That's why they came up with a social salary system. The problem with this is that although many of these employees are geniuses in their own regards, not all of them are knowledgeable in the theory of compensation and rewards. A shocking 61.3% of employees indicated that they felt there were members of Spiber who were not appropriately evaluating their own salaries. Employees who were producing great results were undervaluing themselves, while other employees who were producing underwhelming results were overvaluing themselves. Cato, a lab technician, explained that there were many points of worry, such as if she should include previous experiences and how much value she brings to the company and many other things. This creates a stressful environment as employees want to feel like they are being compensated fairly but do not understand how to do so themselves. The solution to this problem is to create compensation comprehension for all employees. Spiber needs to consider bringing in experts to create a handbook and/or teach employees how to evaluate their own salaries. The handbook would explain to employees how much to weigh factors such as years of experience, tenure, location, job worth, and many other things in order for them to have a better understanding when evaluating themselves and setting their own salary. Also, giving employees the opportunity to talk to compensation experts or consultants would help them with their stress when it comes to their compensation. Doing these things would allow employees to focus more on their job and be happier with their compensation. Employees that feel stressed in making the correct evaluation now have help and an understanding on how to correctly compensate themselves. Giving employees the option to create their own salary is a great idea to empower the employee, but the employee has to be informed and educated on how to fairly evaluate themselves so they can make the best decision for themselves and the company.
So for our third solution, the management can research average salary for every position in that industry. They can also find the average salary in their country. And what they can do with those salaries is they can compare and contrast those salaries with their already current employees. And what could change is either they can increase, decrease, or have their salaries stay the same. But there needs to be an average salary so they can base their current salaries on. Because what's happening right now is a lot of their employees are having difficulty with their personal conflict of, are they getting paid too much for what they do? Are they getting paid too little? What about their recent job history? Stuff like that. So a lot of their employees are having troubles with actually coming up with a good, decent salary that they can actually live on.
Given the centrally identified issue of how to optimize the fairness of the social salary system, we believe the best solution is to create the compensation auditing team. The reason for this is because the auditing team presents a solution that is ongoing and continuous. There is always going to be new problems as this company continues to grow in size, like it has in the past. So even if we fix one issue, it's like treating a symptom without treating the true underlying cause. That cause is the social salary system itself. Given how unique it is, there needs to be a team assisting and guiding its development and evolution. The executives themselves don't have time to focus on the size of the issue. After the company expanded beyond 50 employees, they decided they weren't able to assist any longer. Thus, it is ideal for a specific team to be able to work on and guide its development.